Good morning, everyone. This is Srikanth Rajan, and welcome back to the Stock Market Podcast from MPIinvest.com. Coming to market yesterday, what do we say? Ninth day of selling, 9 consecutive days of selling without a single green candle. Now that's like really bearish. I don't remember when was last time we had 9 consecutive days of selling without a single day of green candle, not a single day of buying. I'm talking about normal market days, right? There's no other major news except, of course, Adani, which is kind of not the reason right now, primary if you see, because yesterday Adani enterprise was up by almost 14%. So it was not Adani anymore. It is like the entire market is bearish. In fact, the major fall yesterday was led by two stocks, that was Reliance and Infosys. Now, just two stocks, pulling down the market was something really big. In fact, we could see that the major support of 17,350 was again broken. In fact, 17,300 was broken, but then by end of the day, there was some small buying that led the market higher and closed above 17,300. But then, however, the major support is of course broken. So that means the market can go further lower. So this is something which is not looking good for now. So if you look at yesterday, the institutionals, the FIs have actually started selling big. In fact, yesterday the FIs have sold for almost 4,550 crores, while the only reason why the market could kind of stabilize or can stood up was simple. It was the DIIs buying. In fact, the DIIs have bought for 4,600 crores, almost 40 crores more than what the FI is sold. But then probably the retailers are also selling, and that's exactly why the market went down. In fact, right now, the next major support can be seen only at 17,000. But for now, I would say the market is actually turning bearish. But many times it has also happened that, when the entire market turns really bearish, that is, you see almost every sector was bearish. So in such a situation is when suddenly there was a reversal. Of course, that reversal is coming soon. But when is that happening? I would not say not a reversal, I would say a big day of buying. So that one big day of buying is of course yet to come. But when that comes after so much shorting, it could be big. So there is of course that one day which is going to come up soon. So definitely it is not a great time to be short in the market at this point of time. That is, there are chances of that big revival coming up one of these days. But then of course on the lower side also it is creating fear in the market. But now the next news is of course the Vedanta. Of course, after Adani, now the stock that is in news in Vedanta because of all the issues that's creeping up there. Of course, one important thing that you need to understand, Vedanta doesn't have any issue in the Indian entity company. It is actually having issues with the parent company in the UK. So, the bonds of the company in UK are actually being thrashed in the market, I would say. And that is kind of, frightening the market. So, of course, we could see Vedanta falling the last 2 days. I was actually watching it. We have some holding in Vedanta, but then, we've got such good dividends on the previous that it doesn't matter that, at this level we can hold it. But then, since yesterday also it fell by 6%, now probably it is time to probably exit out of it and then come back later. So it would not be a loss as such, but on paper it might look less loss because we already have some amazing dividends received in the last 1 year. That has actually kind of compensated for whatever loss is it is at right now. So of course I'm exiting Vedanta today as the market opens. But not that Vedanta as a company, Indian company doesn't have a problem. But then when there is an intrinsic factor which is affecting the stock, I prefer to stay out of the stock. So until things are clear. Many times it happens that we are retailers and we only get to know what is known in the media. But then there are many things which will be known to the management and the people who are directly involved in the company, which we get to know very late. So if there is a fall, like they say in stock market, when there is a fall, first sell, then search for why the reason it is falling. So it is simple that we exit out of such stocks which are not looking good and look for investing it somewhere else. Of course, the market is bearish. We've got beautiful stocks available in the market at lower price. Why stick with uncertainty there? So that's something that I'm looking forward to do today. Apart from that, if you look at the important levels for the day, I would say now that 17,300 also is broken. Now the next important support, decent support at 17,200 is what we can expect. If 17,200 is broken, then 17,000 is the important support. So for tomorrow is the expiry, the first monthly expiry of March. So Definitely, the market is going to be really volatile today. But then I'm expecting the expiry to be expiring between 17,000 and 17,500. So that's my expectation. Let's see how the market takes a turn, and my trades are based on that. So for now, the volatility is here to stay, and the markets are looking very uncomfortable. But again, if you look at the US market yesterday the US market opened in the negative. We could see S&P 500 and Dow Jones kind of really negative in the start itself, but Nasdaq was trading in the green in the initial stages. But by end of the day, we could see S&P 500 and Dow Jones closing by a marginal negative. But then even Nasdaq, which was positive till the end of the day, kind of closed slightly negative. So I would say overall US markets were slightly negative yesterday. Naturally, the inflation fears are still there in the market. So this volatility is certainly going to continue. So that's kind of affecting the Asian markets as well. Asian markets are trading in the red. SGX Nifty is also indicating a small gap down opening. Of course, it's a small gap down opening, but then of late, SGX Nifty has not been kind of giving any indication as on market, because Indian markets have started taking its own direction than from SGX Nifty. So of late, we cannot be concluding that. Of course, final, let us see what is the market. However, personally, I am expecting the market to open flat to slightly negative. But after that, what happens is most important. As soon as the market opens, there are chances of high selling that can come. Then the market might stabilize, and then we need to see what happens in the second half of the day, which could kind of give a direction for tomorrow's expiry. So I will be looking forward to that, and of course sharing that in our community. If you're not a part of a community, do join a community completely free. Of course, all you need to do is contact our team on the WhatsApp number mentioned here, and our team will help you join the community. Now, coming to the date, today Wednesday, tomorrow's expiry. So of course, the volatility is going to continue. Take care of the volatility. Trade safe. Let's look forward to a positive close this week. This is Srikanth signing off, but before we leave, do remember to press the like button if you love the content that we share, and if you have not subscribed to the channel yet, do consider subscribing, because you will not miss out on any other updates that we share. So good day, goodbye.